Kier, cut your camera on so I can bring you up. All right, ladies, it's another Baddie Billionaires conversation. I hope y'all are ready for an exciting night filled with some good conversation, motivational techniques and tactics and all of that good stuff. But more than anything, so that we can be brilliant CEOs as we build agency and have conversations and discussions on the industry. My name is Quintaria Brunson. I'm a financial strategist who is honored to be in this space and place with these other great individuals. If you all are watching us live, please feel free to comment, make suggestions, just interact and engage with us as we go through a cool hour of sharing moves and strategy and all of that good stuff. I'll let everyone else introduce themselves as well. And for those of you all who are in our gallery area, if you want to come up on stage, we would love to have you. Cut your cameras on, and that will indicate to me that you're ready to join the upstairs party. Otherwise, y'all can stay in the VIP section if you like. All righty, you all tell who you are, and then we're gonna get into our next segment.
Okay, I'll come up. Some of you guys may be familiar with me. I do a lot of work with Quintaria. My name is Mercedes Coates. I am the CEO and founder of Coatesway Financial, where we are a full-scale financial services company. Guys, we focus on protecting income and assets for our families and our businesses. I show you how to create tax-free income, and I also show you how to retire tax-free and have guarantees. So very excited to be here. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I will let the next person introduce themselves.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ashley Nicole, and I am the founder of True Solutions. We're a marketing firm, and we just provide strategies to make sure that you're connecting with clients to the best of your abilities. So, awesome. Glad to be here. Hey, everyone, again.
All right. Hey, baddies. Hey, baddies. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all share in the chat as well, too. But we're going to move right along as we have other people hop on. Like I said, cut your cameras on and feel free to hop on stage and have a discussion with us. So for today's theme is scaling your agency from solo hustle to successful team. So it's about growing and connecting. And I don't have a quote for tonight. Can y'all believe it? But it's so many quotes packed in my heart, right? That I really just want to speak to and say the power of relationship, the impact of partnership, the two is better than one, and so on and so on. So I love the fact that this industry does encourage you to bring someone along, to have people partner with you, and I really want us to dig into that. So one of the questions we have is scaling beyond being a solo hustler to an impactful leader and building agency. Mercedes, I'm gonna pose this question to you because I know for a fact, like, technically myself and Ashley are kind of under you. Like, can you speak to building what made you choose to build an agency in the industry versus go it alone and all? Yeah, can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, there was absolutely multiple reasons to build an agency. Being in the industry, number one, I've been in the industry 14 years this year. It's a blessing. Let me say that, a blessing in itself. Some of the reasons why I decided to move from an independent agent to actually scaling and growing an agency is because, number one, I only got 24 hours in a day. That's the first thing. So when you talk about having, let's say 1% of 100 people's effort, that is better than just having 1%, 100% of just my effort.
Yeah.
So for me to get the information out, because our crusade is so needed and necessary, that people need to know about these financial plans and how to scale. I needed more people. So that's number one. Agency, you got to get people around you to get the information out. Everything is about distribution. That's the name of the game in any business, right? Any product, any service, you need distribution outlets. So that was the number one reason why I got into it. The second reason, Quintaria, is because in the financial services industry, we have something called residuals, right? And when you have residual income, this is income that no matter what, it's continuing to come in. You already did the work, and you're continuing to get paid on that work over and over and over again. But guess what? As you're building these distribution outlets, you're getting residual income that's going to continue to pay you for the rest of your life. So that was the second reason. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third reason is because I wanted to make sure that other people had the opportunity to basically be a part of the success that I'm having, that they can do that for themselves as well by opening their distribution outlet. So it's really about creating jobs, creating opportunities, creating businesses, and putting people in position to really win.
Yeah, no, I love what you said. And actually, I'll give you an opportunity to share too. I just wanted to hop in. I know for me, when I was introduced to the industry, at first I was kind of like, no, 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 like I'll just send them to you or whatever. I don't want to have more responsibility and all of that. But once I finally was like, you know what? She got a point. I'm gonna get my license, and I'm just gonna get my license. Initially, I thought to leverage the relationships that I was having. I'm a business strategist. I'm a financial strategist. So as I was meeting people, they needed these tax-free solutions. Yep. These asset protection solutions. So at first, and I won't even say selfishly, because I just wasn't aware of how open it was. So it was more just ignorance. It was like, okay, I can help like I can help the people that I'm connected to. But when I went to that first conference and I saw how people were scaling, and like you said, the power of residuals and just almost like compound interest. If you understand compound, like I was like, yo, I'm thinking about this all wrong. This really is a huge opportunity, and I can use this as an asset, just like we use other financial assets or real estate. I could position this opportunity and not have to work so hard, to work smarter and not harder. And like you said, Mercedes, position other, because I hear so often, I don't know if it's because of what I do or things of that nature, but I hear people all the time saying that they want to make more, that they want to open a business, they want to start a business, they want to, so it's like, hey, if you really do, a low investment up front, the cost to get in this industry is so low. I don't even know if investment is the right term.
It's not. The barrier to entry is so low. It's basically you're getting all the aspects of being a franchise, right? Having a franchise without the overhead. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. So I know for me, once I realized that, I came back from that conference and I invited I was like the woman at the well for Christians who remember, like I told everybody, come see a man.
Oh, Ashley, I don't know how you deal with her on a daily basis.
Like,
it keeps me entertained. It's amazing.
but seriously, I was like, yo, y'all have got to come and hear this and see this. So and Ashley was one of the people that I was like, no, I need you to hop on this call and hear this and see what's happening. And I was just like, here is the opportunity. If you all have been looking for an opportunity to have a legitimate business, to build a legacy, to have additional income, all of these things, that these keywords I'm hearing people say, boom, here's your opportunity. So I don't know if you want to chime in, Ashley. If not, we can keep the conversation going. But that part of this, it enlightened me and it excited me as well too.
Awesome.
Oh, well, no pressure, honey. We're gonna keep it rolling. So, the mindset shift is our next topic to discuss.
Okay.
When and Mercedes, you too. You have recently come from being in a corporate environment. Years ago, I did as well too. But speak to the difference of Ashley. I think you're not on mute, but speak to
Sorry.
um, speak to the transition, if any, that it took you to go from being uh, a 9 to 5 working for someone else mentality to shifting to being in a position where you are now building an agency, not even just running your own business, because many people have their own businesses or they have something going on. But what was it like to go from not just becoming a boss, but becoming a boss that not just in the because some people say I'm a boss and they just running their own stuff. It's totally
Yeah.
different. You're a boss and you hiring other people or you're putting other people on. So in this segment, we want to talk about the mindset shift of CEO versus employee.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is you got to have a desire for it. I mean, that desire, we talk about this all the time. We talk about having a burning desire, a desire to want more, a desire to be in a different position, right?
Mm,
You got to get to the point where you say, "Listen, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I really, really want this or I want that." And for me, it was about that burning desire in me that put me in a position to discipline myself with my time. Where am I
mm,
putting my time to study, to practice my craft, to position myself, to write down my ideas? You know, most people know our story. I met you at a real estate firm, right? Where we did a lunch and learn. But one of the
mhm,
first meetings with you and I is you were doing a vision board, right? Vision board
mhm,
party. And I came to that. So I actually learned how to do a vision board from you. So having that discipline to put my vision board in place, my time frame to sit down and think about how long is it going to take me before I can transition? What needs to be done in order for me to transition and stay out of corporate America, right? How
mhm.
much money do I need to make to cover my expenses? How often will I need to work, at minimum, right? I needed to know all those things. So it took a lot of preparation, right? And even though I didn't hit my initial date, I just kept working until I was just checking those boxes off. And
Same
once
here.
the boxes
Same here.
checked off, I was ready. And I said, okay, it's time. It's time to go ahead and do it because mentally you got to be ready. Like a lot of people
Mhm.
say that they want to do it and they decide to do it, but they didn't even plan it out. They just like, I'm just going to do it. No, you got
Yeah.
to plan it out. And especially if you have a family, you got to factor that in as well because you guys got to communicate. You got to make sure that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. And you got to
Yeah.
be committed to that. So for me, all of those factors had to be in place before I fully transitioned out. And I had to close that chapter, Quintaria, because it became a crutch, right?
Mm,
That crutch, that consistent paycheck, it's a crutch at the end
yeah.
of the day. So when you're closing out that era, you got to say, I'm never going back to that. That's it. This is what I'm going to do. And that's
Yeah.
how I transition. And a
Yeah.
lot of prayer.
Yeah, no, it does because when
Yes.
I left corporate America, family members, friends, all were like, "You left a good job to
Mhm.
drag those back." Because I was doing fashion weeks at the time. I had my own fashion week,
Mhm.
and they were like, "You dragging them kids across the country, and you ain't even got a job anymore." And so you do have to battle against a lot, and there are places looking back that I could have been more strategic or whatever. But for me, it was just like now or never. But
Mhm.
one thing I want to speak to, that you said that I really want to make sure we don't miss is the fact that when you have a desire to do something, you don't know who's waiting on you, or even beyond that. I know for me, vision board parties and doing vision board parties were so natural to me. It
Mhm.
got to a point that I was kind of like, and everybody knows that, and everybody. But
Nope.
when I met Mercedes, and she was like, I've never been to a vision board party, and even hearing that story again, I just want to say this to everyone: you've got to live full. all out. You've got to play
Mhm.
all out. You've got to do what authentically comes to you, because someone else's destiny is
Mhm.
dependent on that. Someone else, becoming a business owner, someone else making the
Mhm.
decision to enter this industry or any industry could be on just watching you live in 3D,
Yeah.
4D, 5D.
Mhm.
They keep upgrading the definitions, right? Like you living
Yeah.
all out, being authentically yourself. I was just doing what inspired me, and
Mhm.
I really wasn't even thinking that other people hadn't heard of it or hadn't participated
Mhm.
in it before. It just benefited me in such a way that I'm like, I'm going to do more of these. I'm going to share this experience, and I continue to live that way. And I hear over and over again how me just becoming the best version of Quintaria blesses other people. So that
Yeah.
is why it is important for us to get in position. Now, Ashley, I'm gonna pass it to you because I've been pushing her out into business ownership streets for years, but it is because
Yeah.
I love her. I see her potential. Like we have been partners for years, and everyone compliments her personality. Everyone compliments how meticulous her work is, how thorough her follow up is. But I did not want to miss an opportunity to remind everyone, those on this call, in the VIP section who may watch it now or later, what you do and what just seems uh effortless to you, or just like to someone else it is mind blowing. To someone else it is a game changer. To someone else it is the one thing they needed to see to know that, okay, I'm on the right path, okay, I can do this. So it is monumental for us to, like I said, live full out, to play all out, because lives are dependent
Yeah.
upon it.
No, I definitely do agree. And I like to say that I fell into entrepreneurship by mistake. After I had my youngest, um, Quintari and I hadn't been in touch for a while, and then we, reconnected because of COVID. And so, I just kind of I wasn't in the space to go back to corporate America because we were home. You know what I mean? And I had this new baby, and I'm just like, now what? So, Quintaria has definitely, has been pushing me, same as Mercedes, get out there, do what you do well,
Mhm.
life insurance. You've always been in my ear, making sure, that I'm trying to be on track. And then, just doing, like you say, Quintara, shine, work within your superpower. And
Mhm.
that's truly what I have been doing. And I just didn't realize that, oh, this is like, people want this, people like this, like,
Mhm.
I can do this for real. So I think, just being able to create that community just outside of, the people who cheer for you, but also the ones who want your service, is definitely an eye opener. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, like, bye 9 to 5.
Yeah, and that's the thing about our superpower. And this is what burns me when people say, I don't know my purpose, or things like that. Like it, because you do know it, but it's so innate and so it's almost like breathing for you, that
Mhm.
Yeah.
you don't realize to others it is an asset. It is something that they would pay for. Like me and strategy or problem solving, I don't, for me, it's like, oh, you thought that was brilliant? Like I was halfway asleep when but that is our superpower. Our
Yeah.
so we need to think of the things that we're complimented on the most or hated
Mhm.
on. Because sometimes your
Mhm.
superpower is the thing that it's like, hey, every time nobody seems to like it, like it could be, one or the other, but our superpower is so natural for us. It's, like you, and not that you may not have to, let's say if it's singing or something, you might could benefit from singing lessons and strengthening your voice and vocal cords, but it's still natural for you. You don't have to really work at it or so our superpower, we miss our purpose because sometimes we're looking for the sky to crack open and for God himself to just pop down in front of us and say, it is time to release your purpose, like, and it's like, no, it is what is in your daily batter
Yeah.
almost. It's like what, like it's what you do, like breathing, that other people compliment you on. Other people say, oh my gosh, that was brilliant. And in your mind, you're thinking like, that was nothing. Like I could do that blindfolded. So that's why, going back to my point before, it is so necessary and imperative for us to get out there and build these agencies, connect to people, because as we spark an interest in others, like they may change the world. They may, like, and the world could just be their husband, their family, and their pet dog. Who knows? But every little bit helps. So
Yeah.
I love that you all shared on that. The next thing is building a high performing team culture. Now, like building a high performing team culture, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to fall back. But one thing I love, love, love about being a leader is watching other people become leaders, finding other leaders. And I say it all the time, and I mean it. When God created me, he dropped pom-poms all in the batter. I truly get excited with seeing other people win, and I'm not intimidated. Like, dude, you and my children, who are all in their 20s now. My oldest, she has such a gift of discernment, and she used to tell me like, Ma, such and such is not your friend. And then I'm like, no, 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 you don't get like that. They are. And sure enough, I'll be like I would miss it. Because for me, I'm so like if you win it, if Mercedes is doing something and winning, I'm all on it. Let's share it. Let's go to it. Whether I'm connected to it or not, I want us all to win. But I mentioned that in this particular segment about building a high performing team is because I've been complimented so much. Even back with Faith and Fashion Week, people would say, you've got 40 volunteers. How do you get 40 people always commend me on like your assistants, the people who work for you, they work for you for years. Even in corporate America, people don't keep those type, but I know now, I can't say that I know now it's because I facilitate a very rich environment for you to win. I don't want anyone, and I teach this, I say this in my business orientations with new clients, new relationships. It's got to be in my DJ Khaled voice, a win, 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 win. Because how dare we think that people will pour their time, pull away from their family, from their dreams to build our dreams if they don't see their dream and their legacy growing as well too. So I love to make sure that my community, my space is a place that people see themselves growing. And that's one thing I love about this opportunity when it comes to building agency, because you're not making money for me to eat. Your family is eating. You can replicate exactly what I'm doing as well. And I love those rich field environments, because I truly believe when people see that partnering with you, that working with you solves their problems, relieves stress for them, helps them to get closer to their goals, they will stay up late for you. They will, hold on, we got Ashley on. When I say we launched a new business scale to sale business academy, and I don't think Ashley has been to sleep.
I haven't.
I even took a little nap. And hold on, I'm gonna say this, and we can get into it. But last night we had a hiccup and we had a snafu, and Ashley and I, we were working till like midnight or whatever. So after midnight, I said, okay, this is it. We'll just, because the course started in the morning. So I said, this is it. We're gonna take a break or whatever. I wake up at like 5:30, and my team knows whenever I wake up, I work. So y'all don't I'm not expecting you to respond but I sent a message and she quickly responded up. I said, why are you still up? And she was like, pulled an all-nighter, so, but I say that with the most love and respect and honestly just amazement. But I know that when you put an environment where people feel that they are growing, they are getting to their dreams, that she can push her businesses and know that I will support it fully, it makes it, I'm sure, and I don't want to speak for you, but that is why people will stay up all night for someone else's dream, because it's a part of, you're having a shared dream or vision, and that is what people need to build and really have. And I'm gonna let y'all take it from there, because as y'all can see, I like that topic.
No, but definitely, you're 100% right. Because if I was in any other space where I truly only felt like an employee, oh baby, as soon as we got off the phone, I would have went to bed. Like,
That's
okay, but no, like it. You put me in a place where I literally am working in my superpower. I have been
Mm,
creative my whole life. You know what I mean? And it's just like you said, like it's, oh, Ashley can do that. Oh, Ashley can, and it's always been out of enjoyment. Like, oh, I know you remember the time I was making t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like it, creative. Like
yeah,
you need it done. Oh, I can do that. So having the ability to have that freedom to be creative, to have my product out to the world, and you know how like in my shell that I am, like that's my way of like shining and like, hey everybody, look at me without saying, look at me. You know,
yeah.
so it's definitely
Look at this
because
journal I created that's on 3D paper, that when you open it, the hologram pops out. Ashley never ceases to amaze me. And
wow.
she's so humble and so, oh, no, 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 it's no biggie. I'm like, yo, this is a biggie. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Hype
hologram.
her up. You like hyper her, like, yes, you can do it. You told me some stuff about her. You like, oh, I'm sure Ashley can do that. Yeah, Mercedes, don't worry about that. Ashley can take care of it. She can get it done. I'm like,
Yeah.
great. This is
Yeah,
great.
but we having those type of cultures and
Yes, very
atmospheres
important.
where people have the space to grow, and they
Mhm.
can see, they working with Mercedes, I could see a lane where I could support her, because now you can't be selfish either. Now that you get into being like a vulture or a taker, or like, but if you can see, like, you know what, I see how I can win with Mercedes for myself personally, and I see how I can edify her and lift her up and put her in position that, I feel like those
collaboration.
are definitely high performing team cultures. But I would love to hear y'all's take on what you think is a high performing team culture, and why you even think is it necessary or important.
Oh no, it's definitely necessary. I mean, I love everything that you said. One of the things I just learned today about you is I didn't know that one of the things you enjoy was watching people grow. That's
Mm,
actually one of my most favorite things. I
mhm,
love to see the growth process. To me, it's almost like your babies. Your babies is
mhm,
growing up. You watch them
The
get
mother in us.
started. You take them, you bring them into the industry, and they don't know how to do anything. They just have a desire, right? And then they're so bad in the beginning because you're never good at something when you first start,
yeah,
right? And then they just kind of get better, and you see them get better and keep trying and fall down and get back up, and it's just a great feeling. And I tell people that all the time when I meet them. Listen, my favorite thing is watching them grow,
mhm,
grow in the process, right? So we're talking about a high powered a team creating an atmosphere that makes sense. First of all, the environment matters. Just
mhm.
kind of like Ashley said, you make it fun, right? It had to be fun. It got to be something that you enjoy doing. If you go there and you just, uh, oh my gosh, when is it time to go? You're not going to grow. It's not going to be
Mhm.
productive for anybody if your attitude is terrible. But if you're in a place around people who have the same synergy as you, who are uplifting, who are results driven, and actually leading from the front is key. I
Yeah.
think that you can't ask somebody else to do something that you can't do or haven't done. I've
Yeah,
always been that do it first leader. I've always been the one to say, let me show them first, and then I'm gonna talk to them about it. And
got
then,
you.
and then I'm going to show them how. And then we're going to practice because guess what? I'm going to inspect what I expect because I want
Uh-huh.
to do well and not just guess at it. I want to know that you got what I said. Does that make sense? I like to use words like, does that make sense? Okay, does that make sense? And I like to do a head nod to make sure that you with me, right? And this way that I know that you're actually getting it. Because sometimes people are shy. Sometimes people will be in their shell like, I don't really understand, but I'm going to act like I understand.
Yeah.
No, that's defeating the purpose. So creating that environment where they're actually learning, they're growing, like you said, and they're getting the results because you have a leader or someone who is teaching you and encouraging you and helping you, that's going to basically lift you up and get that result. I don't have to teach you. If I show you, Quintaria, how to make $2,000-3,000 in 2 hours, I don't have to go back and motivate you to do it again. You're already motivated.
Yeah.
You just made $2-3 grand in an hour, you know?
Yeah. Head nod. We good. Thank you.
I don't have to show you again. So it's a self-motivating environment. I think it's important as well. So it's just, those are like my key factors: leading by example, creating a positive environment, being results driven, because we got to get results. If you're spending that time away from your family and you're not making money, that's not a good look, right? It's not
what are you doing? Yeah.
Exactly. And also the last thing I would like to say is positive criticism. I am a big fan of setting the expectation up front. So you know, this is my teaching style. I'm doing everything from the heart, right? But my teaching style is it okay for me to be honest with you when we need to make some adjustments? I ask them up front, is it okay for me to be honest? Because this is what you said you want, and I'm going to coach you to that. Are you going to allow me to do that? Yes, Mercedes, great. Because I like to get that out the way first, because in order for us to move forward, we got to have that agreement. Is it okay for us to communicate and talk about it if we're having, we're not understanding each other? Let's communicate. That's the same thing with any relationship. So I think those things are important. And if everybody's on the same page and they know what the expectation is, they know how to get to the results, then we can get to the win.
Yeah. One of the quote, it says, rules without relationship breeds rebellion. And many people kind of say it to parents to let them know. But I think even in our business relationships, when you have an environment where people see that they are respected, see that they can grow, see that you care, it makes it easier to give constructive feedback, because they know that it's not just, I'm not trying to tear you down. It's, I truly want you to win. And y'all know I share all the time how important it is for myself that I share my personality assessments with anyone that I work with, because I want people to know and to understand, kind of like what Mercedes was saying, the best way to get results from me. That, like, I'm quick to say, like, I'll bring them to the table, but if they don't move beyond that, Mercedes, you might have to, like, I'm not, I know my superpower, and I know areas where it's like, hey, I know that my charisma and that I have an inspirational vibe and people are attracted to me. But if it's nothing beyond that, Mercedes, you might have to, because Mercedes is more, she is more, I don't patient is not even the most accurate word, but she will definitely nurture for longer. She'll be in the trenches for longer. Like, yeah, I called him again today. And for me, I love to see the growth, but I think my, I need like a little more. The cheerleader, the pom-poms, like I need like, like, and Mercedes is kind of like, well, that, they're still on the fence, but I'll circle back next week. And I'm like, okay, give me a cue.
I'm a fan of you don't forget about them, but you don't wait for them.
Got you. Well, you're excellent at that. And I don't forget. Like, I remember, I think for me too, I don't want to feel like I'm bothering people or whatever. But with all of that said, it goes to, like we said, we're talking about a high performing team.
Yeah, exactly.
capitalizing on the best aspects of our personality to get things done is part of a high performing team as well.
For sure.
I will say, Mercedes, I can get them here, and if they're stalled here, you seem to be really. And she was like, yeah, just get them to me, just bring them, just get them to me, and I'll do whatever needs to be done from there. And that seems to work, so I think that's part of a high performing team as well, is to know what is to know and to be okay with saying, hey, this, I'm not really that strong in that. Can you support me in this? Do you mind supporting me? And that doesn't mean that you will never have to work outside of your comfort zone. However, if Mercedes knows certain aspects, or even Ashley, there are things that Ashley knows, like, do you need me to fix that virtual background for you? Like, I went ahead and uploaded a new backdrop because like, she knows I can get on stage and perform to thousands, but she knows good and well afterwards, if they don't come to me, I'm not shaking hands in the crowd. Like I just went ahead and made a barcode and shared it with everyone, because I know you probably, honey, don't let the smooth taste fool you. I will talk on this camera, but
it's just understanding your roles, like you just said. There's role playing, right? Everybody has their different roles. There's gonna be A players, B players, C players, D players, and sometimes you just gotta match them up. You gotta match them up. If your time is, hey, listen, I can only work with the A players, that's who you're gonna be training. In a high-powered offense,
A players, right? I like the A players.
But you know that about you, because you don't have the time or the patience to be able to kind of hold their hand. So I get that. There are different people that if you're not moving within the next 30 days, I gotta put you to my next trainer who can take care of you, because I'm moving right now and I need someone who can be on the same level as me or get to that level faster. Who is, if I give you homework to work on for the next 4 days, and then we come back to our call and you haven't done anything, there's nothing I can do for you until you get to that point. So now I might have to put you with somebody else who can take you through that, and I got to move on with the A player or B player now. So
that is so true. That is so true. That is definitely true, because that is by personality type. Even with clients, my team knows that the clients who are responding more, send them my way. But those that need a little more love and a little more nurturing, we have an onboarding specialist for that. We have a nurturing division for that. And now I can give you the strategy. Like, okay, psychology states that we should reach out twice a week, once with a phone call. Well, I can give you that, but somebody else gonna have to do it.
That's it.
You know what it boils down to? Collaboration. Everything that we've touched on and talked about, it's collaboration at its finest. That is the secret weapon to a thriving agency, because without collaboration, without effective leadership, you fall. There's you leave everybody to their own vices, and then we're playing the assumption game. Well, I thought you were going to take care of it. Oh, I thought you got this. There's no true, like, okay, systems. That's
I thought you were leading the True Solutions. I was about to say, okay, with the plug. There's no true solution.
That would be perfect too. Just go ahead, rewind it, and then just say True Solutions.
And plug yourself in.
Right.
Yeah, let me make sure we don't have any. So we got a few more minutes. We're coming to the conclusion of this Baddie segment, but I want to give us all an opportunity to share what is next on our agenda. What's next on our goal? Last month when we did this, we all said something we were going to that we kind of promised that we would do for our communities or whatever. Look, I'm Ashley, you up first. I saw your eyes here, but a part of this community is accountability. Like, collaboration is cool, and collaboration definitely is necessary. It is the glue that holds us together, but holding us together and moving forward and the momentum, like, we need a level of accountability there. So one, do you remember what you promised that you would do? between now and between the last episode and this episode. And if not, no worries. Like we listen, but we don't judge, right? But even after that, then let's share a new commitment that we can hold one another accountable for. And Ashley, since your eyes bucked out of your head first, you're up.
Because I already know that I don't remember fully. Maybe it was something about education starting at home. You know, I'm running on no hours of sleep, so I don't remember. But
so you get a pass for that. But I think it was to do more with your kids, to educate them with like basic financial education.
Oh, well then we're on track for that. You know, the oldest is in 3rd grade, so she's having those conversations about money and all that. So more recently, Christmas just ended, so they still want everything. So I'm trying to teach them, like, you just got everything you could have asked for less, not so long
60 days ago.
Yeah, then your birthday is coming up, so why don't we make lists of things that we want, need, and things that are like, I don't really need them.
Nice
I don't really
to have.
Yeah, nice to have. And then so we've been associating, price with that. She likes to be like, well, it's only $8.99, and I was like, okay, so let's understand $8.99 for a banana, for eggs, or $8.99 for something that's worth it, because I'm not paying $8.99 for eggs.
You might have to in this climate.
Look, we will go without eggs, okay? But no, that is something that we have been working on, definitely. So I've held my promise. So
okay.
Yay.
Now, Art, do you have a new? Do you have something else that you would like to hold yourself accountable to that you'll do? And since we're talking about agency and going from solo to is there something that you can add, a team component or some level of growth component that you'd like to hold yourself accountable for the next until we meet again on the next episode?
Oh yeah, True Solutions back office. We need to get that ironed out. We need to hire some nice working individuals or something, but True Solutions back office, yeah, once that's more streamlined and concrete systems, I think it just will be easier to flow in my superpower even more.
Most definitely. Definitely. Your back office together in any business gives you the freedom to be the CEO. Because if you're doing the administration, you're not the CEO. If you're
hire a CEO,
you can't. Hey, you can do that too. You can do that too.
Be the face of the company, because I'm okay with being back office.
No, thank you for sharing. Mercedes, how about you? Do you remember your what we were supposed to hold you accountable for this month, and what do you plan for the future?
So I think I missed that part. I was a little late last time because I had my call. Actually, I had a client at the time, but I didn't set a goal with you guys, but I do have a goal. So my goal going forward, actually the next 30 days, my goal is to get 3 new licensed agents into the field in the next 30 days. So for me, that is huge. Again, moving them from the process of not being licensed to being licensed, appointed, and in the actual field performing. So that is my goal for the next 30 days. 3.
Yes. And 3, that seems doable too. Sometimes we make goals and I'm bringing 300 people in by the morning. And it's like, okay, like,
3.
Just
3. Just 3.
Yeah, and not even just 3, because there's power in 3. Like I don't want to take y'all to church, but
the Holy Trinity.
Like it's a lot. Thank you. It's a lot of power in 3, but I think that it's doable, and that's something that hopefully we all remember. We may have to watch the replay before we hop on next month, right? And for me, I know that I said that I made the comment about that at times I don't want to spin the block on people because I feel like I don't want to bother them. And I spoke to, but if my children or my granddaughter were in the street and about to get hit by, I wouldn't care about being rejected or embarrassed. I would just jump in to save them. And I wanted to take that mentality into reaching back out to clients. And I have done that. I have been reaching out more, but I think for me moving forward, instead of just randomly like one day it's like, you know what, I think I'm gonna reach out to some people today. I have put lead gen, I've plugged it into my calendar. Y'all know I'm a calendar girl, but I've literally plugged the times in and the activities in advance, and I know that will keep me more accountable than just, like, well, I think I did it last Tuesday, and it's like, no, it is scheduled. It is scheduled, and I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to keep that mentality of, that I am going to jump in these streets and snatch people out and let them know that there are solutions for you financially. There are solutions for you to what can we say, to protect your family, to provide for your family, and there's opportunity, should you want it, for you to be able to scale and build agency yourself. So
I love that. I love that
calendar, and I'm going to be more intentional, and I'm going to as if they were my own family, as if they were on my own children, and go after individuals and remind them that I'm here, of the services that we do, and all of that good stuff.
I love that. I think that's actually going to work for you because it's on your calendar. That's the main reason, because it's on your calendar. So identifying what you need to do is important first before you actually go and do it. So I love that for you.
Yeah. And so we'll see.
You're gonna hit that back office, Ashley. I know you're gonna take care of it. Because guess what? Nothing's impossible for Ashley. It's just,
I know, right? Ashley can do it. Like, don't they have signs for that says Ashley can do it?
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah. Well, ladies, it has been an incredible Baddie Billionaires Club conversation.
Right.
Like, I love the ease and the flow to this. I love the support that we continue to give one another. For those of you all who have hopped on and been with us live, for those of you all in our VIP section, we are here every third Thursday. So next, is it March 7th next month? Hold on, let me, Baddie. Why don't I see Baddie? Oh, it's the
23rd. Yeah, the 20th.
Yeah. So our next Baddie Billionaires Club conversations is on March 20th. And all are welcome. We got a couple slots on here, but we want to hear about how you're growing, your wealth generation tips and advice and things of that nature. But as you can see, it is a safe place to build one another up, to say what's working, what we like to improve, to hold one another accountable. And I'm so excited to see what the year will bring. Y'all, that Negro spiritual popped up to see what the end's gonna. It took everything in me not to start singing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm so excited to see what the ends.
Oh my goodness. Y'all about to get her started up. Oh my goodness. Listen, we have fun. We talk about finances. We talk about wealth. We talk about growth. All things raw, real, and true. Okay. So join us on the 20. Join us on the 20th. Quintaria is gonna give you some jokes. We here for it, okay? We here for it. But
but I love it. I love it. I appreciate this space. I thank you all, and reach out with us, connect with us. We all have different things going on, from Money Making Mondays to Coachway Financial does lives and other sessions, but it's about coming together and sharing financial winning solutions with one another. It's 9:00 on the dot. So That's all for Baddie Billionaires Club Conversations for the month of February. We will see you all in March. If you all have suggestions, comments, topics that you want us to have a conversation about, we are definitely open to it. I'm excited to see you all win in real life, ladies. And until next time, you all go and be great. And I'll do the same.
Bye, guys.
See you.